What's going on, y'all? This is Chris with No Limit Squad, your personal Isochain and fitness vlogging channel. Today, we're gonna cover what would happen if seniors use the Isochain. Probably thought I forgot about this series, didn't you? Nope, we're gonna go right into it right now. This one runs deep. So obviously the first thing that would happen if seniors use the Isochain is the thumbnail. Obviously they're gonna turn into deadlifting 405 pounds at 89 years old, obviously, right? So what we first have to ask ourselves is, what do seniors, so I'm just gonna use it, I'm sorry if I'm attacking anyone, it's not on purpose, okay? 65 and up, I'm just gonna use this, don't kill me. What do they want? When I was studying for personal training, all right, I was taught, what do seniors want the most? All they want is they want their mobility back. That's it. They want to improve the quality of their life. They want to move around like the way they did when they were 30 years old, 25, 20 years old. And they can have that. It's not something that it's just gone, okay? It's not gone. Listen, they don't really care about all that other stuff. They don't really care about, you know, getting jet. Yeah, you might have an outlier or an exception to the rule, but there's an exception to every rule more often than not. And I've trained seniors, actually 2 of my clients are over 65. They want mobility. They just want to be able to do the stuff that they used to be able to do before. Like when they get off the toilet, they don't want to have to grab onto the railing. They just want to get up like how they used to. That's all that they want. Let's give it to them with the Isochain. They want to improve the quality of their life. It's not always about looking jacked or looking, you know, shredded or anything. Like it's not that body positivity crap. That's not at all what it's about. It's about health. Health first. Fitness is about health first, always. The physique comes later. That's more of the cherry on top. And I think a lot of people get fitness and body positivity misconstrued, and it's not at all the case. It's about health, and that is what seniors care about. When I have a client that's in this age bracket, we're dealing with ailments, meds, or a combination of both. Common ailments that I've found my clients suffering from: arthritis is a huge one, diabetes type 2, high cholesterol, a little bit less, but it's definitely still there, is osteoporosis, degenerative disc disease, and there's also osteopenia, the onset of osteoporosis, which is actually is prevalent in women over 40. And the chances of the osteopenia developing, just showing up and then later developing into osteoporosis is actually higher in women, okay, especially over 40. That's why it's super important to make sure that we are strengthening our bodies. After a certain age, fitness and health is not really optional. It's required. We're gonna pay for our health in some way. We're either gonna pay in meds and doctor's visits, or we're gonna pay with a gym membership and blood, sweat, and tears. I've seen both. I'm sure some of you on the squad and newcomers to the channel have seen it as well. If you've been in the gym, you've seen that old guy who's been there for decades. He's been working out for decades. She's been working out for decades. And it looks like that, doesn't it? It's like, wow, you know? But they know the importance, because I'm sure that all their other friends in that age range, their bodies have gone to shit, and so has the quality of their lives. And this is not opinion. This is just look out there, look at it. And it's important, it's super important. And it gets more important the older we get. All right, let's talk about connective tissue. Going back to what I was talking about earlier with the arthritis. Arthritis in my clients over 40. I've had clients younger than that with it as well. Definitely over 40 is what I've noticed the last 4 or 5 years of training. It just seems to be a common occurrence. I mean, just wear and tear on the body, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What is that? Okay, it's inflammation of the joint. So we need to strengthen those joints. We're only as strong as our weakest link, right? So we need to strengthen those connective tissue, tendons and ligaments, right? We need to strengthen those. It's not just the muscle. We need to strengthen everything. Talk about posture, because when we work out, especially, and I mean doubly so using the Isochain, because again, seniors want their strength back. Again, they don't care really about the physique. They might after they get their strength back, they might, but chances are they're just okay with getting the quality of life back to what it used to be. They want their strength back. One factor that may appear after strengthening their bodies is their posture. If you think about the average senior, what does their posture look like, right? So they're more than likely just hunched over like this. There's a multitude of factors. It's not just, oh, they're old. No, it's so much more than that. Okay? You know, after 6 or 7 decades of your body's structure holding yourself together upright, gravity is going to start to bring you down, all right? So a lot of that comes from your strength. We're weakening, so as a result, the gravity is pushing. We're always having gravity as a constant against our bodies, obviously, but as soon as we start to get weak, of course it's gonna start winning. So that's when we start to come down like this. All right, there's a lot more factors, but this is just one of them I wanted to list for the sake of time on the video. Posture will improve. One of my clients is in his early 70s. I've been working with him since 2016, so about 4 years, coming up on 5. And one of the things I've noticed is that his posture was never bad versus other people in the gym in his age range, and just in general, his posture is very upright. His chin is always up. He's a strong dude. Dude can lift weight for sure. Not like 200, 300, 400 pounds, but dude can lift weight. He is very, very healthy for his age. I am super proud of him from where we've come. That's a whole different video, a whole different story. My point is this: his posture reflects his strength for his age. He's even gotten compliments from other gym members. The reason I bring that up is, again, when we're talking about the Isochain, one of the Isometrics being one of the fastest ways to develop strength in the body. What does that mean, right? So the posture will be a lot better. We got lower RHR, lower resting heart rate. In my, will the Isochain improve my cardiovascular fitness? The answer is yes, but if you want a more in-depth answer to that question, here is a link right here. Yes, lower resting heart rate. A lot of my senior clients usually have high blood pressure. When something ends up being consistent among a wide range of people, of course that's not everyone, but most of my senior clients have high blood pressure. Imagine what lowering the resting heart rate would do. Think about the systolic and diastolic. Oh my God, think about that for a second. All the benefits when they go to their next doctor visit. What that means. Functional strength, right? Let's talk about rehab. For anyone that's ever been in rehab, I've been there. I pulled my back in 2015. It sucked. So rehab, right? A lot of the exercise they had me doing in there were isometric in nature. Hold this contraction for X amount of seconds. Hold it. And I was like, this is easy. Oh my God, it hurt so bad because of the pain of the injury. But I was like, muscular wise, this is easy. Now, of course, that's me, but it was, they know, the physical therapist, they know isometric training is one of the fastest ways to get your strength back, right? After being inactive. That makes total sense. Surgery, post-surgery, rehab, isometric training. Hold this. My client that I just mentioned earlier, he told me about how he came out of a surgery last year, and he told me the same thing. They had him doing isometric in nature exercise. Totally makes sense. I was like, dude, it totally makes sense. I understand exactly what you're doing. I understand exactly why you're doing that. Isochain, a 10 to 15 minute Isochain workout brings a lot of their functional strength back. That's all seniors care about. Again, it goes back to what we talked about in the beginning. They just want their mobility back. They just want their quality of life back. They don't care about lifting heavy things up and down. They just want to lift themselves up and down without having to hold on to something. Totally understandable. Speaking of which, it's portable. If they want to go on vacation, they could just bring it with them. It is fantastic. What if they use the Isochain? Oh my God, like it's totally for them. It's totally for seniors. Totally for them. Out of any group in the What If Isochain series that I'm making, they are at the top of the list. They need it the most. What would happen after they started using it? Results, right? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I really don't see this being wrong though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really don't see this next statement being wrong. The mortality rate would actually decrease, meaning that whatever it is now, what is it, like 80 something? Let's just say, I don't know, I think it's like 82 or so, something like that. It will be 85. You know, they would live long. You would live longer. A healthier body is going to live longer. That's just like common knowledge, right? Makes sense. Of course, you'll have a fluke, you'll have an anomaly, you'll have exceptions to the rule, but more often than not, a healthier body lives longer, right? Makes sense. Less needs of med, less need for assisted living. What do you need assistance for if you're independent? Listen, back in 2015, I actually pulled, what I mentioned earlier, I actually pulled my back during a delivery to an old folks home. I used to do deliveries there when I was saving up to get my personal training certification. A little bit of a backstory on me. And I remember, man, whenever I would go in, everybody looked so sad. Now it could be like, you know, maybe their family members weren't coming to visit them. There could be a multitude of factors, but a lot of them were just wheelchair bound or bedridden. They just couldn't really do much. They wanted their mobility. They wanted to be able to walk around. They want to feel the way they used to. And I could see that at 25. I could totally see that. I could look right into their soul. Every time I came in and delivered, I could see it. If seniors use the Isochain, I can almost guarantee that they'd be hooked, because it only takes 10 to 15 minutes, you know? Sometimes the thought of a 45-minute exercise program can be kind of daunting, like, oh my gosh, I have to go through that in 45 minutes. But the fact that it's 10 to 15 minutes, it's like, oh, okay. Anybody would do it, but especially them. They want to chill. They've worked their whole lives. They just want to chill. So what's 10 to 15 minutes? Boom, done. Now you could just chill, right? Like, what is not to love? They will love this. As I said before, the older we get, the less working out becomes optional and the more it becomes necessary. Okay? What if the seniors use the Isochain? The whole quality of their life changes for the better in a relatively short amount of time, by the way. And I think that's awesome. But more importantly, the seniors that use the Isochain will think it's awesome. And that's what truly matters. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. Go ahead and comment. Maybe I missed something. Maybe you want to put your 2 cents in. Maybe you got 4 cents. Maybe you want to subscribe to the squad. So if you do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Come join the No Limit Squad with us. We're going to the top with this Isochain. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.